All right, today we're going to repair this cracked granite. We're going to try and use some epoxy glue, some Gorilla Glue. We're going to have to glue the seam and then push it back with some C-clamps to secure it, and we'll just see how that goes. Now this is right around the sink. They say that sometimes this happens, moisture gets in the seam and then it tends to break down. It's caused some separation, and hopefully we can correct a lot of this by gluing it back together. Now to complete this project, you're going to need a caulking gun. We bought this Gorilla Max Strength Clear adhesive. Bought that at Home Depot. Runs around $12. Got a pair of scissors, an X-Acto knife, a C-clamp, some cardboard, or you could use cloth to protect the granite. And then we've got this straight edge, this metal straight edge that we're going to use with the C-clamps to compress the granite. All right, the thing you're going to want to do is cut the tip of the cartridge off. You cut it at an angle. That way the glue can flow out of the end. You'll then take the cap off and cut off the end of that. Now all cartridges are different. You'll just have to read the instructions, and then you'll just go ahead and screw the cartridge back, or the end cap back on, and then we'll be good to go. You'll then insert it into the caulking gun, and of course you got to turn that so that it'll work. We're then going to apply the glue to the granite, and then we'll compress it. Okay, we're then going to get some tape. We want to protect the sink from the glue, so we'll just apply the tape at the edge of the granite, and that way we'll protect the sink in case we spill some of the glue in that area. And you can use different types of tape. You can use electrical tape, painter's tape, and we'll do that just to protect it. And we're also going to put some tape above just to protect the granite. We'll just put that all along. So we've got the seam, or the cracking in between the tape, and that we will avoid getting glue on the sink and on the granite. The thing you want to do is just kind of test to get a feel for how fast the glue is going to come out of the glue gun. Right, now this is definitely a two-person job. He's going to go ahead and apply the adhesive. I'll just kind of help him with it. And you'll also want a paper towel just to kind of smooth it out as you go along. Maybe put a little bit more in here. We did have a couple of pieces that we need to throw in, so I'll just go ahead and throw these in. We got one piece here. Just going to and then we'll get our steel straight edge and put that in. I'm going to put another piece in here. Wipe this down as much as we can to get the excess glue off. We're then going to put a straight edge, and then we'll go ahead and get the C-clamps. And we're using some cardboard cutouts to protect the granite. And you just want to get it, you don't want to go too tight. You don't want to run the risk of cracking the granite. So we'll get it nice and snug. We'll just go along and continue doing the same thing. Maybe slide down a little bit more. You want to make sure you got the compression where you want it, but again, don't go too tight. You don't want to run the risk of cracking the granite on top or on the back side. And then we're just going to apply one more C-clamp. And we're going to leave this on for a few hours to make sure it's nice and secure and that the glue has had time to cure. And you can use any kind of a straight edge for this part right here. And like I said, we'll just leave these C-clamps on until it has time to cure. And then we'll show you how it looks after it's dried. Okay, we let this set overnight. Hopefully it's cured and we'll have no problem taking it off. I'm just going to unscrew the C-clamps, remove the cardboard, and hopefully it didn't stick to the metal strip. So what we're going to do, it looks like it's stuck a little bit to the strip, so we'll just go ahead and trim it just on the bottom. Let's go along and trim the epoxy from the metal. We probably should have tried putting some tape so that it didn't stick so much to the metal. Okay, it looks like we'll just go ahead and you can see that we need to trim a little bit of the epoxy off, but it actually turned out really well. What we'll do is we'll kind of clean that up a little bit and then apply some caulking to it, some tub tile kitchen caulking, and then we should be good to go. So we're just going to go through and trim off the excess amount of glue. We'll just trim that up a little bit. And like I said, we'll go ahead and add some epoxy or some caulking. Just got to trim that up a little bit. But it looks like it did a really nice job sealing it and securing it. Said we'll just clean it up a little bit and trim off that excess amount and then add some caulking to it. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to apply this GE tub tile silicone. It's 100% waterproof. We're going to put it around. We'll put it on the bottom. We'll remove this tape. We're going to put it along the base here to seal that, and then we'll put it along where we repaired and smooth that out and get it flush with the granite. So we'll go ahead and cut off the tip. And again, you want to do it small at the beginning because you don't want to have to make the cut too big. You'll then install it into the gun. You want to plunge the end of it. Okay, so now we're going to just apply a small bead of this silicone, and then we'll just go ahead and smooth it out so that it's flush with the surface. We'll just try to get it as smooth as we can. Once we get it smooth, we'll just go ahead and we're also going to remove the tape. So we'll go ahead and remove the tape, and then we'll go ahead and apply the silicone to apply the silicone around the base of the sink. So we'll just run a little bead along there. We want to make sure that we seal out all the moisture from the sink. So again, we're just going to apply a little bit of caulking around the base of the sink. to smooth it out a little bit. You'll also want to just get a paper towel or a cloth and just wipe up all the excess that might be on the sink. Just clean that up. You'll then want to make sure that you give it plenty of time to dry and cure. And there you have it. It looks a lot better. We've sealed it up. Thanks for watching Big Al Repairs, and hopefully you subscribe.